There's this quiet hum that lives underneath everything. You can hear it if you sit still long enough. Not in the way you hear a song or a bird or rain, but in the subtler, almost imperceptible way your spirit starts to sense the rhythm of existence itself. That hum is energy. And whether we realize it or not, every thought we think, every emotion that rolls through us, is a vibration that joins that hum, adding its own note to the grand song of creation. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Witchy Ways for Modern Days. My name is Brittany, your host from Winslow Naturals. Today's episode, I have decided to call thoughts our energy. We're going to talk about how our thoughts shape our reality and how they are our reality. We like to think of thoughts as invisible, fleeting, small things. They're private, they're silent, intangible. But the truth is, thoughts are energy. They are frequency. They are motion in the unseen. And energy, as we all know, doesn't disappear. It transforms. It transfers. It manifests. And that's what we're talking about today, the power of thought. The way our minds weave magic, even when we aren't trying to. The way manifestation begins, which is not with candles or moonlight or a ritual, but with the current that runs through our very consciousness. So, please grab a tea, maybe light a candle for yourself. Let's sit together for a little while. I want to discover the space between mind and matter and discuss it, where energy can become experience and your imagination can begin to sculpt reality. There's an old saying that the mind is a garden, and what you plant there grows. It's a very simple saying, right? But the truth of it runs deeper than metaphor. The mind is not like a garden. It is one in the energetic sense. Every thought you have sends out a vibration, a frequency that nourishes or depletes the space around you. Every repeated thought becomes a root, and what grows from that root eventually blossoms into the tangible, the choices that you make, the people you attract, the emotions you feel, even the way the world responds to you. It's funny, when we start to talk about manifestation, most people jump straight to vision boards or affirmations or to the spells and candles and written intentions. And those are beautiful tools, and I do believe that they are extremely important. But manifestation does not start on an altar. It starts in your mind. It starts the moment you begin to imagine something as real. You see, the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and experience. It's been proven the same neural pathways that light up whenever you are living through something or thinking about it, they light up when you imagine something that never truly happened. And that's why the energy of your thoughts is so potent. You are literally broadcasting the frequency of your belief in your own field. And the universe, being the incredible mirror that it is, listens. Every single time you think or you say, I can't. Every single time you think or say, I'm not enough. Every single time you whisper, well, maybe one day, with a quiet ache of disbelief behind that, the energy doesn't vanish. It moves outward like a wave. It builds, and before long, your life starts to reflect the frequency of that vibration. But and here's the part that I love about this. The same can be said for hope, for faith, for excitement, for every spark of what if that comes from a place of possibility rather than fear. And that, friends, that's the quiet magic of thought. I used to struggle with this idea, truly, I did, because like many of you, I grew up thinking my thoughts were just mental noise. They were something that happened in my head and not in the energy around me. But when I started actually diving into energy work, when I started doing Reiki and chakra healing, working with energetic bodies, I began to feel it, literally feel it, and truly understand it. If I held a negative thought for too long, the energy in my solar plexus would tighten. My crown chakra would dull. The air around me would literally feel heavier. But when I shifted into joy or neutrality even, or gratitude, wonder, the field around me changed. I could feel the energy expanding. And it was subtle at first, but once you start noticing it, you can't unsee it. The invisible will become palpable. And then one day, I was just sitting and I realized, oh, this is manifestation. This is not the flashy kind of manifestation. It's not the instant magic that we crave sometimes, but it's the real, deep, transformative magic that actually starts inside of us. Because when you change your thoughts, you change your energy. And when you change your energy, reality follows behind. I want to talk a little about how that actually works from an energetic perspective, spiritually, even scientifically. Thoughts are electromagnetic waves. That is not just a poetic claim, that is actually scientifically measurable. The brain emits frequencies, and those frequencies interact with your nervous system, with your aura, and even the electromagnetic field of the earth. You are, in a very literal sense, broadcasting energy into the environment every time you think something. And that's why places can feel heavy or light, depending on what's been experienced there. That's why some people walk into a room and they instantly change the atmosphere. And that's why your own internal dialogue shapes how the world mirrors back to you. Every thought is an instruction to the universe. It's a message that says, this is what I expect, or this is what I believe. And the universe, this neutral, loving, infinite thing, simply says, all right. Now, I know that can sound intimidating because it's really easy to hear that and think, oh my gosh, I've said so many negative things to myself. I've had so many negative thoughts. Am I manifesting bad things? No, don't worry. The universe is a much more compassionate thing than we realize, and it is way more flexible than that. It responds most strongly to repeated vibration, the energy that you sustain, not the fleeting thought that passes through. You can think a fearful thought, a doubtful thought, even angry ones, and it will not undo your manifestations. What matters here is what you come back to, the baseline energy that you hold when you exhale, when you return to yourself, the manifestations you think over and over and over. That is the garden of thought that grows, not the tiny weed that you thought one time. So, what are you planting in your thought garden? If you could step outside your own energy field and look at it, you could see the colors, the movement, the pulse of it. What would you actually see? Would it shimmer, be very bright with excitement, creativity, curiosity? Or would it look crowded and cluttered with worry, with overthinking loops, with the weight of old stories and things that hold no purpose for you anymore? Sometimes the most powerful spell we can cast is silence. Quieting the mind long enough to notice what is actually living there, to see what seeds we've been watering unconsciously. Here's where that brief pause I mentioned earlier comes into play. If you are able right now, close your eyes for just a moment with me. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out slowly all the way. Now imagine your thoughts like streams of light drifting through your aura. Some of these are going to be bright gold. These are ones born of joy and hope and love. Others might look like a misty gray. These are fear and doubt, uncertainty. Just watch the colors. No judgment. You're not trying to stop them from existing. You're simply seeing them for what they are, which is energy, movement, expression. Now take another breath and imagine all of that mental energy softening, colors dimming a bit, melting back into pure light, pure potential. And with your exhale, feel yourself return to center, calm, grounded, and whole. And that's it. That is how quickly energy can shift. That's how thoughts can become peace again. We forget how sacred the mind truly is. We really do. It's easy to think of the mind as something completely separate from the spirit. But in truth, it is the channel through which your spirit expresses itself. Your thoughts are your magic wand. Every time you focus on something, you change it, you charge it, you infuse it with life force. And that's why mindfulness is not just a trendy wellness practice. It is a spiritual technology that we use intentionally. When you become conscious of your thoughts, you stop running on, we'll use this analogy, like an old computer program. Like when you start noticing and becoming conscious and aware of what you're thinking, you're going to start running the new iOS system, not Windows 94. You'll stop manifesting from your wounds and start manifesting from wisdom. For example, think of a time when you were deeply afraid that something would not work out. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, an opportunity. You focused so much on what could go wrong that you could kind of almost feel it unraveling before it even started. That is thought energy at work. You were feeding the vibration of loss rather than the possibility of victory. But I bet you can remember times when you knew something was going to happen, the intuitive certainty that something good was already yours. It was inevitable. That's also thought energy. That is alignment. And that, friends, that's where magic happens. Now, I want to say something that I think is extremely important, because I think sometimes, and I think listening to this, there might be a wrong impression. So I want to make sure this is clear. I think people misunderstand the concept of thoughts create reality sometimes. This is not a concept born of toxic positivity. You do not have to force yourself to think happy thoughts 24/7. You are human. You're allowed to feel things. You're allowed to think things. You are allowed to have bad days, hard emotions, and messy thoughts. Energy is not about perfection, it is about awareness. When you know your thoughts are energy, you become empowered to choose which ones to feed. You don't have to suppress the negative. Don't suppress the negative thoughts. You don't have to have them be gone completely. You just don't have to live there with them. Think of it like weather. A cloudy day does not mean the sun has disappeared. The sun is still there, shining behind the clouds. The same can be said for your higher self, your manifesting energy. You may have a day that is full of doubt, that is chaotic, that is just a cluster, pardon my language, it's a clusterfuck, okay? That does not erase your light. It just means the energy is shifting, asking to be seen, released, and tended to. There's also something profoundly magical about remembering that thought, that energy doesn't just shape our personal reality. It connects us collectively. Every idea ever dreamed, every invention, every piece of art, every revolution, all began as a thought. Someone, somewhere, imagined it. And that imagination rippled out into the fabric of creation until it became intangible. You and I are participating in that same process every day. Your thoughts ripple out into the lives of others. When you send a love to someone, they feel it. When you speak words of encouragement, the energy travels. When you think kindly of yourself, that compassion vibrates through the collective. We are all constantly manifesting together. And that's why community and shared intention, even collective healing work, is so powerful. When multiple people hold to the same vibration, whether it is love, peace, abundance, change, the field amplifies. The frequency becomes stronger. That's what spellwork is truly at its heart. It is focused, intentional thought combined with emotion and energy that is directed towards creation, directed towards manifesting a chosen and desired reality. The bonus Patreon episode for this week will be on collective energy. So we're going to go dive deep into that. So if you're interested, that is the bonus episode for the paid Patreon members, just so you are aware. I'm very excited about that one. So how do we become better stewards of our thought energy? It begins with awareness, but continues with curiosity. Instead of judging your thoughts as good or bad ones, start observing them like a scientist, like you are a mystic scientist. Ask, where did this come from? Does this thought serve my highest self? Is this vibration one that I want to keep nurturing? Sometimes we discover that our most persistent thoughts aren't even ours. They are inherited from parents, from society, from past experiences, even from the collective energy. But the beautiful thing is once you become aware of a thought, it's yours now to rewrite. You can choose a new belief. You can speak a new vibration. You can plant a new seed in your energy garden. Let's say you've been thinking, I'll never have enough. Pause for a moment, okay? Be the scientist. Look at what that thought does energetically. It contracts, it closes the field, it's pulling energy inward. Now try shifting it. Not to something unrealistic, okay? We're not going to be thinking, I'm a millionaire, if that doesn't feel true yet. But something softer, something more believable. I'm learning to trust that there's always enough for me. That thought feels open, right? It expands, it breathes. And that's what the universe responds to. The openness, not the exact words. It's not about forcing yourself to believe something overnight. It's about gently training your energy toward alignment. The more you repeat a thought that feels safe, abundant, empowered, the more your vibration calibrates to it. And soon enough, life will start matching it back. You know what's wild? Even the smallest shift in thought can alter your day. If you wake up and the first thing that you think is, ugh, today's gonna be rough, your energy braces for impact. Your body tightens, your field contracts, and your focus narrows toward obstacles. But if in that same moment, waking up, you catch yourself and you whisper something like, I'm open to something beautiful finding me today. Watch how everything changes. You've just opened a door for magic to enter. Manifestation does not always look like a big, dramatic miracle. Sometimes it's just a parking space that appears out of nowhere. Sometimes it's a friend texting you when you need reassurance. Sometimes it's the quiet knowing that you are on the right path even when you can't see the outcome yet. These are all signs of thought energy aligning with the flow of the universe. And here's a little secret for you that I have learned over years of spiritual practice. The universe loves gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational thoughts that you can have. It tells the energy around you, I see the beauty, I recognize my blessings. And in doing so, in doing that just simple thought of acknowledging, it multiplies them. When you think grateful thoughts, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin. Those are the same chemicals that make us feel joy. That physical energy feeds your aura. And energetically, gratitude becomes a magnet for more experiences that match that frequency. So if you ever feel like you have fallen out of alignment, start with gratitude. It is one of the quickest ways to retune your thoughts back to creation energy. Now, sometimes people do ask me, and they ask me often enough, I think it's important to be addressed. Brittany, what about intrusive thoughts? What about fear I can't control? I have anxiety. What am I supposed to do with that? My thoughts automatically shift toward fear. The thing I always want to say to these people when they ask, you don't have to fight your thoughts. Fighting thoughts just feeds them more energy because you're struggling to do so. You're putting so much effort into fighting thoughts. Instead, witness your thoughts. Let them pass through you like clouds. Remind yourself, this is not me. This is just energy moving through. I am not the thoughts I have. And then gently redirect. You can even transmute them, aka turn them into something beautiful, transform them into positive energy. If you think, what if I fail? Follow it up with, what if I succeed in ways I can't even imagine yet? You're flipping the energy by following a negative thought with something positive or hopeful. You are using the same current, but you're steering it toward light. That is mental alchemy. That is magic. The deeper truth is that manifestation is not about control. It is about co-creation. Manifestation is about learning to dance with energy rather than forcing it to obey you. When you align your thoughts with your soul's frequency, the universe does not resist. It collaborates with you. It starts moving people in your life. It opens opportunities and synchronicities in your direction. You'll notice things begin to click. Timing becomes serendipitous. Paths open to you. Ideas flow. That's when you know your thoughts are harmonizing with your destiny. It is a partnership, truly, between your conscious mind and the infinite field of creation, between you and capital S Source, between thought and manifestation. And maybe really, if we boil this down to something, this is the real beauty of all of it. That we do not have to earn magic. We just have to remember that we already are magic. Every time you dream, every time you think something, every time you imagine, every time you choose a kinder thought to follow a negative, you are performing sacred creation. You're telling the universe, I'm ready, I'm participating, I'm awake. And the universe is answering back, I've been listening to you this whole time. As we wrap this episode up, I want you to carry something with you. I want you to think about this as you continue with your day, as you continue through your week. You are not powerless to your mind. You are the thinker, not the thought. You are the energy behind the vibration. And that means that you can always return to your magic. Every thought is a spell, every word a wand, every belief a seed. And you are the garden, the gardener, and the sunlight all at once. So tonight, when you do lie in your bed, as you start to drift off, try to pay attention to the thoughts you have at that moment. If your mind starts to wander or worry or doubt, smile to yourself and do a gentle redirection. Whisper something new, like, I am energy, I am creation, I am magic in motion. And then let the hum of the universe sing you to sleep. I want to thank you for listening to Witchy Ways for Modern Days. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and like I mentioned earlier, we do have the bonus Patreon exclusive episode up this week for the podcast, and it is all about the collective and the collective's energy. So if you are interested, consider joining our Patreon. We do have exclusive content there, and we are releasing more exclusive content as time goes on there as well. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this small exploration of thought reminds you just how powerful they actually are. Until next time, friends, be gentle with your mind and intentional with your energy, because the universe is listening, always. Blessed be, friends.